Inside the hotel hack, house cybercriminals checked in and stole millions. The phone kept ringing. Not the front desk line, but the emergency line, reserved only for critical systems failures. At 3:13 a.m., the night manager of the luxury five-star resort in the heart of Singapore answered with a groggy voice. On the other end was silence, then a single message typed into the resort's internal messaging system. Room key override activated. Guest access compromised. Moments later, a guest burst into the lobby in his bathrobe, holding a phone that displayed an empty bank account. Another reported that someone had entered their suite while they slept. Cameras were flickering. Digital locks were malfunctioning. By sunrise, guests were demanding answers. But the real chaos wasn't in the lobby. It was inside the servers. And no one, not even the hotel's top IT specialist, could trace how the intruders got in. Behind the concierge's perfect smile and ambient lobby music, a cyber breach was unraveling in real time. And the criminals? They hadn't forced open a single door. They'd simply checked in. Tonight, you'll step inside one of the most sophisticated and chilling cyber attacks to ever target the hospitality industry. This is not a story of brute force or ransomware demands. This is the story of a digital ghost slipping to the walls of trust, blending into the fabric of a luxury hotel chain, and vanishing with millions, without leaving a single fingerprint. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how they did it, who was behind the operation, why the hotel didn't see it coming, and the unsettling truth about how easy it could be to happen again. It all began in late 2019 at the height of the tourist season. The hotel chain, renowned globally for its opulence and VIP clientele, was quietly preparing for its annual executive retreat. A perfect storm of circumstances was brewing. Legacy IT systems left unpatched, a third-party vendor granted privileged access, and a distracted security team caught up in audit season. The attackers couldn't have asked for a better invitation. The operation started with a single email, seemingly harmless, sent to a mid-level HR employee. It appeared to be from a travel agency confirming a reservation for an executive. The email was elegant, professional, and contained a PDF itinerary attachment. The moment it was opened, an invisible payload was executed. The employee never noticed a brief flicker on the screen. What they had just triggered was a custom-built remote access Trojan, one specifically designed to mimic internal traffic and avoid detection. This wasn't malware bought on the dark web. It was handcrafted, likely by a group with experience in both espionage and enterprise network architecture. Within minutes, the attackers had a foothold. They moved laterally, exploring the digital infrastructure like seasoned infiltrators. From HR systems to booking engines, then to the crown jewel, the property management system, the heart of any hotel's digital nervous system. Here they found gold, not just guest data or payment info, but control over room access, over billing systems, over surveillance. By the second night, they began experimenting. Room keys were subtly cloned, digital locks temporarily overridden. In some cases, private suites were entered, not to steal jewelry, but to clone data from devices left charging overnight. Mobile phones, laptops, tablets, corporate secrets, cryptocurrency wallets, confidential government files, all siphoned without a trace. But it didn't stop there. The attackers had discovered that the hotel chain stored encrypted data backups in a centralized server. And while encryption was strong, the credentials to access those backups were stored in a plaintext document titled Admin Protocols Final. It was a mistake that would cost them millions. The data was quietly exfiltrated over days. No red flags, no bandwidth spikes. The criminals were patient. They didn't need to act fast. They were already inside. It wasn't until a banking partner flagged unusual patterns of chargebacks and international wire requests that the breach came to light. By then, the attackers were gone. Enter the investigators. A private cybersecurity firm was hired discreetly. Their job wasn't just to fix the damage, but to understand how it happened. The team started reconstructing the attack, step by step. Log files showed no obvious signs. The attack was fileless in nature. Memory-resident malware had been used, vanishing with every reboot. The firm's lead investigator, a former military cyber ops specialist, described the breach as surgical in its precision. A breakthrough came when they found an anomaly, a single unusual DNS query routed to a domain registered in Eastern Europe. That domain had been active for only 72 hours, the exact duration of the attack. The domain led to a sinkhole, which revealed a command and control server used in multiple previous attacks. A pattern began to emerge. The fingerprints pointed to a group known in classified circles as GhostLux. Little was known publicly about them, but intelligence suggested ties to a nation-state. Their hallmark was stealth. Their targets, high-value hospitality and travel systems used by diplomats, corporate leaders, and intelligence operatives. The investigation unearthed another chilling detail. This wasn't the first hotel. In fact, it wasn't even the fifth. Reports surfaced from Paris, Dubai, and Hong Kong. Similar anomalies, quiet breaches, undetected entries. It was clear GhostLux wasn't after money alone. They were mapping global movements, extracting strategic intelligence under the guise of financial theft. But still, how had they evaded detection so flawlessly? The answer lay in their use of trusted third-party vendors, janitorial services, HVAC providers. In this case, it was a digital signage vendor with remote access privileges. GhostLux had compromised that company months earlier and waited. By the time they piggybacked into the hotel systems, their digital signature mimicked legitimate access. The hotel systems trusted them implicitly. In the shadows of the investigation, another theory began to circulate. Was someone on the inside helping them? Logs showed that during the breach, one administrator account was manually unlocked by someone inside the hotel's IT team. The staffer denied involvement, but the timing was suspicious, and yet the evidence wasn't strong enough to make an arrest. As global cybersecurity agencies began cooperating, more puzzle pieces fell into place. In one case, a cybersecurity analyst in Germany discovered reused code fragments from the hotel malware inside a separate campaign targeting foreign embassies. The implication was undeniable. GhostLux wasn't just a cybercrime syndicate. They were intelligence contractors. The story reached its climax when a suspect, a dual national with connections to the compromised signage vendor, was arrested at a transit hub in Warsaw. His laptop held partial server logs, encrypted communications with an unknown handler, and traces of stolen hotel data. But even then, the case remained murky. The suspect refused to talk. No direct link to GhostLux was ever proven. The man was convicted of cyber trespass and deported quietly. In the aftermath, the hotel chain suffered immense reputational damage. Several executives resigned. Civil lawsuits were filed by VIP guests who believed their data had been weaponized. International regulators began drafting new mandates for cybersecurity in hospitality. Insurance premiums skyrocketed. And for every hotel that hardened its systems, there were dozens more unaware they'd been breached. Some say GhostLux is still out there, watching, listening, testing digital locks across the world, waiting for the next unpatched vulnerability, the next sleepy administrator, the next door left open. And the truth is, the real danger isn't in what they stole. It's in how easily they walked in and out without ever being noticed. We live in a world where the keys to your most private moments are stored in servers, where your movements, your identity, your silence can be sold, where a single click in a hotel suite could unleash an invisible storm. Tonight's story wasn't about code. It was about trust. Trust that can be weaponized. So the next time you check in and hand over your ID, your credit card, your digital soul, ask yourself, who's really staying in the room next to you? If you found this story chilling, revealing, or eye-opening, subscribe now to Cybercrime Exposed Files, unmasking the dark side of the digital world. Like the video, share it with someone who travels often, and comment below.